Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maria Yenga. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be taking you through how to make this beautiful, simple fabric mix crop top. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. If this is your first time to watch my videos, kindly subscribe, turn on a notification bell so you can be the very first one to receive a notification whenever I upload a new tutorial. Please don't forget to like, comment and share. Let's get into today's video. We shall use crepe fabric, 2 colors. We shall need these requirements as you see above, and then you go ahead and fold your fabric into 2. I'm using yellow for the purpose of this tutorial, so I'm drafting on yellow. So you go ahead and measure your neckline by 3 inches and then downwards by 1.5 inches or 2 inches. I measured 1.5 inches because I don't like my neckline to be so high or so low. Go ahead and mark 1.5 inches. We are starting with the back pattern of this top. We go ahead and connect the 2 points to make our neckline. Create a curve to connect the 2 points to make it our neckline. Remember, this fabric is on fold. Now go ahead and measure your shoulder to shoulder measurements from one shoulder to the other, and then what you get, divide it by 2. Mine was 14. When I divided it by 2, I got 7 inches. Mark it right there like you see me doing. From that point, go down by 1 inch. Remember, our bodies are not straight, so in this case, it's the shoulder. Go ahead and mark 1 inch downwards, and then get your ruler and mark from the neckline point there, and make a straight line going to that 1 inch point that you've just marked. We go on to measure our bust point. Go ahead and measure from the shoulder to the bust point. What you get, you mark it right there. Mine was 10 inches. And mark it downwards like you see me doing. Mine was 10 inches, so please use your body measurements, guys. Go ahead and mark it right there, and then after you make a straight line. Now we mark the full length of our crop top. I wanted mine to be 16 inches. Even when I put the full hem, like the hem stitch, go ahead and mark how long you want your crop top to be. This crop top doesn't have to be so long, so go ahead and mark wherever you want it to be. So mine was 16 inches and that's what I marked. Go ahead and mark and make a straight line right there like you see me doing after getting the length, the full length you want. From that bust point upwards, we are going to mark 1 inch, which we shall use as our armhole point. Downwards, we are going to mark 1 inch upwards. Or you can go ahead and mark your round armhole measurement divided by 2, and then you mark it right there from up. So mine was 8. If you measure your round armhole measurement divided by 2, what you get, you mark it right there. Mine was 8. So even if I measured 1 inch upwards, or I measured I used the other method, it's all good. So go ahead and use one of the 2 methods. Round hole measurement divided by 2, and then mark it there. Or mark 1 inch or 1.5 inches upwards from the bust point, and then make a straight line. I hope you guys understand. We go ahead and transfer the measurements we have from the shoulder line, and then put it on the armhole, that armhole point right there. Transfer it there. I think it's called upper bust point. Yeah, go ahead and transfer those inches right there. After, we go ahead and mark and make a straight line from the shoulder line going downwards to that point that we've just made. Place your tape measure on that line that you've just made, and then the number of inches you have, divide it by 2. Or you can fold your tape measure like that, and then the middle part, you mark it right there. So if I divided mine by 2, I got 4 inches. Then go ahead and divide yours by 2. The number of inches you get, mark it right there. Then go inwards by 1/2 inch. Please go inwards by 1/2 inch, and then you go ahead and make a slight curve, a small curve from that point going upwards. Right now we are making our armhole. If you have a curved ruler, please go ahead and use that, or you can use a freehand. Next, we go ahead and measure our round bust measurement divided by 4. your round bust measurement divided by 4, and then what you get, you add 1 inch for allowance, for ease. So that because this crop top is not going to have a zipper, add 1 inch for that ease, and then you also add 1.5 inches for to achieve our armhole curve. Go ahead and measure your round bust measurement divided by 4. When I measured mine, I divided it by 4. I got 8.5 inches or 8.5 inches. Then you add 1 inch for ease because the crop top has no zipper, and then you add 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. Now we go ahead and make a curve to connect the point we've just marked to complete our armhole. So go ahead and use your free hand if you want, or if you have a curved ruler, go ahead and use it. Slowly by slowly, we improvise on this channel. So on this channel we don't have curved rulers, so we use our free hand. Please go ahead and use what you have. Now we are going on to connect our top, the side of the top, to the waistline. So your round waist measurement divided by 4, what you get, you add 1 inch for ease. Remember that 1 inch for ease, we have no zipper for this top. When you add 1 inch, you also add 1.5 or 1 inches for 1.5 inches or 1 inch for sewing allowance. We get our ruler and connect these 2 points on the sides, and then that will be the draft for our back pattern. Then we are going to go ahead and get our scissors and we cut out our pattern. Then we go on to the next part. Moving on, we get our fabrics that we want to mix. Go ahead and place them right sides facing each other, guys. I placed yellow on top because for the purpose of this tutorial, I wanted the chalk to be showing so well as we draft on our front part. So go ahead and put them together, right sides facing each other, and then go ahead and mark 1 inch from the starting point. Mark 1 inch from the starting point like you see me doing, going downwards, please. And then after marking that 1 inch downwards, go ahead and make a straight line. Go ahead and make a straight line like you see me showing you. We be careful here because this is the most important part of this tutorial. Make that line like you see me doing. I hope we are together. So we bring in our back pattern that we cut out already, and then we place it on that line like you see me doing, guys. Be careful. If you're using crepe fabric, this fabric can easily move, so be careful. Place it carefully on that line that you've just drawn, and then get your pins and pin it. If you don't want to pin it, well and good. If you want to pin it, that's also okay. I had to pin it because I didn't want it to move. Get your chalk and connect the waistline to that line and then the neckline. Then after, get your scissors and cut it out like you see me cutting. Please be careful so that the pins don't hurt you if you pinned your fabric together. Now you see that we are done cutting. We carefully remove our pins from the fabric. Please be careful. I don't want you to be hurt. Remove like the upper pin on the neckline, and then open it like you see me doing. Then place something on it so that it doesn't move. Go ahead and on the front pattern, remember, go ahead and mark downwards from the neckline point up there. Go ahead and mark 6 to 7 inches or 8 or 9 inches according to your preference, or according to how long you want your front neckline to be. We are going to make a V neckline for our crop top. So I went in by 7 inches. Go ahead and mark the inches you want, 7 or 8 inches. And then after, you draw a line to connect those 2 points, or a curve, a simple curve. Because our neckline is not so straight, so I preferred a curved one, slightly curved. That's why I didn't use a ruler, a straight ruler. Get your chalk and connect that point towards the other line that you marked, the 1/2 inch point like you see me doing. Go ahead and mark it, and then after, you get your scissor and cut like you are going to see me cutting from there and to the neckline upwards. Please go ahead and cut it out, and we go on to the next part. Now you can see that our back neckline and the front neckline are totally different, like you see me showing you. Let's go on to get another piece of fabric and fold it into two, and then make sure it's as wide as your round armhole measurement divided by 2. And now we start by drafting. You go ahead and measure downwards by 4.5 inches, mark 4.5 inches, and then you make a straight line. Also go ahead and mark the full length of your sleeve. This is a short sleeve for our crop top, so I went in by 9.5 inches, considering the fold, which will be folded by 1 inch. So it will at the end of it all, it will be 8.5 inches. So go ahead and mark the full length of your sleeve, then make a straight line to mark the full length of your sleeve. From the open end of your fabric up at the starting point, go ahead and go in by 3.5 inches or 4 inches, depending on what you like. Go in by 3.5 inches or 4 inches and then mark it right there. After that, measure the space between that, like you see me doing, and then divide it by 2 and mark it right there. Guys, this is the easiest way to draft a simple short sleeve. And then make a line right there, like you see me doing. And then after marking that line, it should be faint, please. Go ahead and make a slanting S shape, like you see me doing. Like it should be slanty, like you see me doing. If you have that curved ruler, please go ahead and use it. But here, I used a freehand. I don't have the curved rulers. So please go ahead and curve it in like that. Moving on, we measure our round biceps measurement divided by 2. What you get, add 1 inch or 1.5 inches and then mark it right there. When I got mine, I added 1.5 inches, and then what I got, I measured it right there, like you see. After you get your ruler and connect those 2 points, and then voila, your sleeve, your short sleeve is ready. And then now we're going to go ahead and cut it out. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share. Turn on a notification bell so you can receive notifications whenever I upload a new tutorial. Go ahead and follow the same procedure to make the second sleeve. Next, we are going to go ahead and cut out our facing for the neckline. Go ahead and fold some leftover fabric into 2, and then bring your front fabric that you cut out, and then place it on this fabric that you've just folded into 2, and then just like you see me doing, guys, please follow, and then place it like that. You leave that 1 inch out, and then that line that you drew, please leave it out and place it on that fabric just like you see me doing, and leave some space down. Please go ahead and cut it out like you see me doing. Please watch what I'm doing. You will get the perfect results after every step. If you want, you can go ahead and use the bias, but I didn't have the bias, so go ahead and use the bias if you have it. If you don't have it, go ahead and use this method and cut out an interfacing for the neckline, and do the same for the back part of this crop top. Now go ahead and separate the front part from the facing. Go ahead and separate them, and then from downwards, like you see me showing you, go ahead and create a simple curve, guys. It doesn't have to be so perfect. Go ahead and create a simple curve with your chalk to guide you as you're going to cut it out. So like you see me doing, please follow how I am doing it. Go ahead and draw this curve, and then after, you get your pair of scissors and cut it out, guys. And then we go on to the next step. As you can see, if we open it like this, it will clearly look like our V neckline that we just drafted on our front neckline, on our front part. So go ahead and do the same for the back part, and then place it on the folded fabric. Fold your fabric and place your back pattern onto that folded fabric, and then go ahead and cut it out like we did on the first part. Next step, we are going to start stitching our crop top. So you go ahead and put your back fabric right side facing up, and then bring your facing and mark it because the right sides have to face each other. This fabric is a little bit tricky. If yours can differentiate easily, then go ahead and place these two right sides facing each other, and then go ahead and make a stitch, run a stitch from one side of the shoulder line to the other shoulder line, like you see me showing you guys. Go ahead and make a stitch. Please don't forget, right sides facing each other, make a stitch like you see me showing you, and then I'll see you when I'm done. Bring out your front fabric and put it like that, like you see me showing you, and then go ahead and run a stitch on that line that you created, that one. Go ahead and run a stitch to connect your two front pieces, the two front fabrics together. That's why we drew that line there. After stitching it, when I open it, you can see that our fabrics have been attached together, and that crop top will come out so perfectly and beautiful. So go ahead and cut out some of the excess fabric that you see on that part, like you see me showing you. Go ahead and cut it out, and then give it a very good iron if you can. Now go ahead to bring your facing cutout that you already have, and then place it right sides facing each other, like we did for the back pattern, for the back fabric. Go ahead and place it right sides facing each other, and then go to your sewing machine and run a stitch from one side. Don't forget to create that perfect V shape like you see me showing you. Go ahead and run that stitch, and then I'll see you when I'm back. After, you go ahead and give these two a very good iron to make them perfect, and then place them, the front and back fabrics, right sides facing each other like you see me showing you, and then go ahead and arrange them so well. After, you go to your sewing machine and make a stitch to connect the shoulders like you see me showing you. Go ahead and make a stitch, run a stitch to connect the shoulders. After doing that, our crop top is almost coming to life. So go ahead and place your crop top right sides facing up, and then mark the middle of your sleeves with the scissor, like mark a notch, or you can use chalk to mark the middle of your sleeves. After that, go ahead and place them right sides facing each other onto your crop top, and then go ahead and make a stitch to connect your sleeves to the crop top. Guys, if you have any questions, please put it in the comment section. I'll be right there to answer you as always. Our sleeves have been attached, so I had an idea to avoid folding the crop top to make that stitch, to do a finish of our full hem, that one like you see me doing. If that's what you want, go ahead and fold it and then make a stitch. But then came up with this idea of making a facing so that we can have a very clean and perfect finish of our crop top. I cut out two pieces like you see me doing, two equal pieces equivalent with the full length of the waistline for both the back and the front part, one for the back, one for the front. I cut them out, and then I placed them right sides facing each other for the back and for the front like you see me doing. Guys, go ahead and place them. If this is the decision you've made, like we made for the neckline, go ahead and open your crop top like this, and then place one piece right sides facing each other like you see me showing you, like you see me doing, and then do the same for the back, right sides facing each other, and make a very tiny stitch to connect those two. Make a very tiny stitch to connect the two facings on both the front and the back like you see me showing you, and then I'll see you right back when I'm done. Don't forget to give it a very good iron so that it can sit perfectly. You can use the glue, that glue, I don't know how exactly it's called, but yes, that glue that disappears when you iron it. Go ahead and give it a very good iron, and then we go ahead and open our crop top wide like you see me showing you. Go ahead and open it wide, and then make a stitch to make a full hem for your sleeves like you see me showing you. Go ahead and run a stitch like that. That is the kind of stitch I was avoiding for the lower part of our crop top, but go ahead and do this. If you want, you can as well do a facing for the sleeves, but my fabric was finished, so yeah, I used leftover fabric. So go ahead and run that stitch to finish your sleeves, and then after that go ahead and run a stitch from the sleeves, like on the sides, to connect the sides of your crop top like that. Go ahead and connect your crop top on both sides and do the same for the other side. So guys, I'm done stitching my crop top. I hope you're done with yours as well. Go ahead and fold it to the right side like you see me doing, and then you give it a very good iron, guys. Please give it a very good iron. You can see our crop top has come out perfectly, beautifully. I hope yours came out perfectly as well. And voila, this is the final result, guys. I love this crop top. I hope you love it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment and share. Turn on a notification bell to receive notifications. In case of any questions, please put it in the comment section. Bye.